Intervest congratulates Luke Albrecht for being named to Oil and Gas Investors 30 Under 40.
We're with Luke Albrecht. He's 36 years old. He's Vice President of Business Development at Intervest. Welcome.
Thank you, Heather. Glad to be here.
What would you say is the most interesting thing you've learned from working in the oil and gas industry?
I think the most interesting thing that I've learned is that in doing a deal in acquisitions and divestitures, you get to deal with every functional group that there is within your company. So that could be land, accounting, finance, geoscience, engineering, and it's really neat to get to wear different hats as you work with those different types of people. Also working with people across the table in a negotiation. And what I've come away with on both of those is that really at the end of the day, doing a deal is people dealing with people. And I think that how you treat people and the way that you do a deal and conduct yourself is key. So whether it's dealing internally with the different functional groups or externally with your counterpart, what you say and do is one thing, but how you make them feel is quite different. And I think that people really remember how they feel coming out of a deal. And so if you treat people fairly, and you can be firm and still be fair, but that's a good way for them to appreciate what you're doing, respect you, and come back for repeat business down the road.
What's the best piece of advice that you've been given about your career?
I think the best piece of advice that I've been given is probably to know your audience. And what I mean by that is, regardless of who you're talking to, whether it's somebody, your boss, a peer, a coworker, somebody else outside of the company, you really need to be able to craft and cater your message to whoever it is that you're talking to. So if you're talking to the board of directors of your company versus your boss or the CEO of the company, you may want to craft your message differently. And one thing that's really important is to try to anticipate the types of questions that you may get from them. So that puts you one step ahead of the game. And I think that by doing that, you're really going to have a much better audience, and your message and work product will be better received that way.
What legacy do you hope to leave in your career?
The legacy that I hope to leave behind is one that helps expand the notoriety of my current company, and also one where people recognize me and understand the type of person I am. And I'm always trying to raise the profile of Intervest and the work that I do, and that's first and foremost. But there's also a component of self-respect and conducting yourself in a way that people will respect you and appreciate what you're doing, and not feel like they're being taken advantage of in a negotiation and being treated fairly.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me, Heather. Appreciate it.
For more videos like this, go to oilandgasinvestor.com.